are really very excited that you have taken time out of your night to come and check us out and hear what we're all about and see why we are crazy about this business and this opportunity. My name is Demetria Brown, and I'm one of the leaders on our team, Team Rise and Shine, and I'm really honored to be here and open up the call tonight. And I have changed every time we've talked about kind of the way I want to give you what we're talking about. So my story is kind of twofold. I want to give you a vision of what I had as a challenger and then how that kind of led me into coaching, and how both of those things have just given me such great opportunity for myself, my family, and really all the people around me. So when I first became a coach, I was really drawn in by the vision of this business. And to be a successful coach, that's really what my topic is to talk to you guys about. You really do have to start with a vision, and you have to start with the belief that you not just want something more, but can actually have something more. So for me, that started as a challenger. I'm going to backdate a little bit. Before I became a coach, I was a mom of a 1.5-year-old, and he was my world. And I found out I was pregnant with a daughter. And then shortly after, I was almost 7 months pregnant, and I went into labor early, and she lived for about 25 minutes and then passed away. That was a very big turning point in my life. That up until that point, I was kind of that person that just made decisions and did things. I was kind of just that person that, if I wanted to work out, I would just go. I didn't need anybody that I thought. And once that happened, I kind of just lost myself. I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know how to handle it, because here I had a 1.5-year-old, and I had to be there for him. So I kind of put the grieving process on the side. And so what I started to do, I realized that I needed something to hold on to. So I started to get back into working out. I was depressed and didn't work out for a while. And then I started to get back into a routine of working out. Well, I found this community where we lived, and then because of the nature of my husband's job, we moved a lot. So I lost that community, and I felt lost again. And right about that time was when I was invited to a challenge group. And without really realizing what it was going to do for me, it gave me that missing thing that I needed. I really needed that motivation and inspiration, but I really needed the community and the support of the friendships that developed in that challenge group. So I was really excited to come into the challenge group every day and to do my workout and to post and to just be an active part of the community, because I needed that support really badly. And that really came at a perfect time to get me back to a place where I felt like I was starting to feel whole again. I was finding healing. And then fast forward, so, I did go to counseling, and I did have to do some things to really get back to a place where I could feel healthy. And then I got pregnant with my son, Gabriel. Well, I was diagnosed with cervical incompetence, and I had to do bed rest, and it was a big, scary thing because we weren't sure if Gabriel was going to make it. So all that happened, and of course I was very fearful because of the loss of my daughter. And I was a coach at this point almost 2 years. So I already had this community. I already had, I was earning an income. I was really learning the business, and I was very excited about it because I saw the potential in it for what I could do for my family. And I never wanted to be away from my family. I wanted to be that person that was present at home. When my husband got home, when my kids got home, I wanted to be that person that was in the house and there for them, especially for my kids. So I gave birth to Gabriel. He made it healthy and whole, and he was full term. And all of a sudden I started to really struggle again. And I wasn't sure, the doctor at first thought I had postpartum depression, and what it ended up being was that I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress from the death of my daughter. So basically what the grieving process kind of happened, but kind of didn't. And now all of a sudden with this new life, it was like everything came back. But at this point, I was working full time and I was coaching, and I was just a hot mess. And I didn't know, I had built my business up to a point where I had matched my income. I wasn't really ready to quit my job because I wanted to keep both incomes while we continue to work on some personal financial goals. But I had the opportunity to make a choice. And for the first time in my life, that was something that I was able to do for myself. I was not in a good place mentally because of the post-traumatic stress, but I had a choice because of the business. I didn't have to choose to go back to work after 6 weeks of maternity leave because I had built this side business up to a point where, yes, did I want both incomes? I did. My husband and I, had to make the decision to slow down a little bit, but we had a choice. And if I didn't have this business, I would have had to make some choices that were not going to lead me down a healthy path. So because of that, I was able to walk away from my full-time job. I was able to pursue counseling, and I was able to continue building my business and stay around this amazing supportive community who got me through that very hard time. That was a very hard time in my life. And this, because I had the challengers, and then because I became a coach, and because I now had this team and I had built my own team, I had everything that I needed in place and the income to do what was best for me and do what was best for my family. And I don't think that anything I can say to you about what it takes to be a successful coach is more important than knowing the potential of this business and knowing what you can actually accomplish because of this opportunity, creating income and passive income. And I know there's a disclaimer I'm supposed to say, but that's an opportunity that most jobs, if you're an employee, you're not going to get. And even if you're a small business owner, you're kind of chained to your job. So I wanted to come in and just share the vision with you that anything is possible with this business, whether it's something very small. My goals were small at first. I just wanted to pay off some bills and start kind of accumulating some income to pay down some debt. But I realized quickly this was a life changer for us. The quality of life, my mental stability was dependent on it. And, God brought it into my life at the right time. And it just was something that was perfect. So I want you guys to come into the call as you listen to more of the technical stuff, excuse me, and other people's stories. I really want you to think about what's going on in your life right now that you would like to be different. Not just your health, but things that would provide you freedom. What types of freedoms you would like to have, because you're hopefully going to see by the end of this call that this is something that the potential of this business can provide. So I'm going to pass it over to Susan. I hope you enjoy this call. We have some great leaders about to speak, and I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say after the call.
Yeah, your story always gets me. All the moms, we can all kind of feel your whole story. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, just very briefly, because it's not all that interesting. Might be a lot like your story. So I have been skinny fat. Yes, it's a term, skinny fat, my whole entire life. I never struggled with my weight. It wasn't even a thought. I never thought about what I was going to eat. Some of you may be hating me right now. I apologize. But people think of it as oh, you're such a lucky girl. But I think it's actually sort of a curse, because you never think about what you're eating. So you fill your body with all the junk out there because, oh, what's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen. I'm not going to gain weight. I still look okay. My clothes still fit. And so up until the age of 40, I didn't eat any vegetables. Nothing green could touch my plate. So you see what I mean? It's like a curse. So I was skinny fat. I was a major couch potato. By this point, I had a 3-year-old little girl. And I couldn't even get up off the floor when I played with her because my back was hurting. I was just not the picture of health. But on the outside, everybody thought, oh, you're healthy, you look fine, you don't need to lose any weight, why do you need to work out? So one day, Danielle and I were friends, and I decided to finally, agree to trying one of the workouts that she kept raving about. So I got PiYo, which is like a Pilates yoga thing, because, old lady back here, I'm like, okay, I'll try slow. No cardio, no weights, never, please, no, don't even come near me with a weight. And I did that, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I can do this. Never opened the meal plan at all. I was the worst challenger ever, never commented on anything. And then fast forward like 8 months, 21 Day Fix came out. And I don't know what it was about that program. If you don't know about it, look it up. It's amazing. I was like, okay, you know what? I actually do need help with like figuring out what I'm supposed to be eating and how much I'm supposed to be serving myself, because it was just kind of like, Cuban, just give me all the carbs and, then give me some more. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I told my friends, I'm going to do the 21 Day Fix. And they were like, okay, we'll do it with you, because they knew me, they liked me, they trusted me, which you'll hear more about as you become a coach. But it was like a natural thing, kind of like if you tell your friends about a movie or a book or a clothing store, they're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go there. Like they don't even need to ask you so much, because they already trust your opinion, right? They're your friend. So they're like, okay, we'll do it with you. And then I told some people at work, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I actually have like all these other people that are doing this thing that's actually really good for them, all because I said I was going to do it. And all of a sudden I was like, wow. And I just felt it inside. I can't explain it, but I just was like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I found my purpose. So, after telling Danielle to stop telling me about coaching for like over a year, I finally said, okay, I'm going for it. And I didn't ask a lot of questions. I just said, I want to keep doing exactly what I'm doing now. And I already knew what was possible, because I had seen her life transform and, her family's life and everything. So I knew that it was what was possible. I knew that it was real. I knew what the mission of the company was. I believed in it. It aligned with my values. It wasn't anything shady or illegal or anything like that. So I was like, I'm doing this. So I want to talk to you about maybe those things that you're thinking. If you're on this call, you're listening to this tomorrow or a week from now or a month from now, it's because you have a little bit of interest or curiosity, or maybe just somebody forced you to listen to it, but none of us would do that. But anyway, maybe you're just like, let me just check it out. If you have that little feeling, don't just dismiss it because of something that you think, a reason why you can't do it. For example, I thought, how am I going to be able to help someone else? Like the word coach, I'm a teacher. I'm an elementary school teacher. I can teach anyone how to do anything, but coaching someone takes on a whole different meaning. And to me, it's like, yes, I teach math because I understand how to do the math, but how can I coach someone to eat better when I, just learned how to cook broccoli like yesterday? So I had to go through all these things in my mind. How can I coach someone else when I have no training, no certification? I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I just learned how to work out and how to do a burpee, yesterday. How can I help someone? So, the beauty, like I said, about my friends being inspired is that they didn't need me to be the expert. They just needed me to say, look, I found this and I'm excited about it. It's working for me. And look, it worked for this other girl that I know, and I'm going to try it. And that's all people sometimes need, is for you to just be a day ahead of them, an hour ahead of them, and give them some advice. For all of you that are moms, you're not a mom coach. You're not a pregnancy coach, a baby shower coach, a birthday party coach. If you're, engaged, if you just got married, you're not a marriage coach. Yet that doesn't stop you from giving everybody around you advice. If you hear someone that is pregnant, oh my gosh, all of a sudden you're like, everything about pregnancy, and you tell them everything, and they listen to you because you just went through it. So the beauty about Beachbody is that you don't have to know it all. We have all the training to help you. You just need to know you and what's working for you, and you share that. The other big thing was social media. So, this is an mostly online business. That's the beauty of it. We can do everything from this thing. Like I am attached to this, when during my working hours, this is how I run my business. So before, I had about 200 people maybe, in Facebook. And a lot of those were like former students and parents. So it was kind of weird. And I wasn't like the kind of person to just share all my stories and everything about myself on social media, nor did I want to. But then I had to make a shift and think, okay, up until now, I've been using social media just to socialize and just to see what my friends were doing and see pictures of their dogs and their kids. But if I'm going to do this as a business, I need to switch that mindset and think, this is my storefront. And when I made that switch, everything changed for me, because now I realized, wait a minute, like there are millions of people that are using social media for business, and even more now than 3 years ago when I started. Like Instagram, most people buy things on Instagram now. They see it and they go and they click and they buy it, you know. So to be closed-minded and said, you know, say I can't run my business or, you know, do all of these things on social media, you're really limiting yourself, because it is amazing what's, you know, possible out there. And then the last thing is, which I'm sure someone else is going to cover this, but I can't add anything else to my plate. I'm busy. You know, I have the job, the kids, the family, the dog, all of that. There's no way I can do something else. My answer to that is I'm still just as busy as I was when I started coaching 3 years ago. My daughter was even younger then. So I'm actually less busy, you know, in that aspect with her. And it kind of just, once you realize that, okay, I am going to be purposeful about my time, and I'm going to, you know, spend little pockets of time to grow this business, you all of a sudden become aware of all these other things that you were doing that were wasting your time that you didn't think of, like all the TV and the Netflix, and just doing nothing with your life, because, you know, you don't see it as a waste of time. You see it as, oh, I'm just chilling and I'm just relaxing. So all of these things, you know, just those are excuses that you tell yourself as to why you don't want to try something. And it's usually because it's coming out of fear, or sometimes you just don't understand what it is. So hopefully tonight you'll get a better idea as to what we do, why we do it, how we do it, and you get a feel for our team and our mission. And, you know, if you have any of these doubts, please reach out to the person that invited you and work them out. Like, just talk through them, and maybe you decide, you know what, coaching isn't for me, but what if it is? What if this could be the thing that completely changes your path in life? So that's it. I'm not sure. I think Stacy's next, or Danielle.
So I'm at Harris Teeter in Clarksburg right now at the grocery store. I'm going to be very real with you. I am a mom of two. My name is Stacy Shiplet. I am in my pajamas on the bottom. You just can't see it. And I have my Beachbody shirt on the top. So I wanted to tell you guys about the realness and the coolness about this too, but I want to give you a little bit of my history, just a short version. And I don't want you guys to think, because I'm about to give you a kind of a story that Demetria kind of gave. It's kind of a thick one. You don't have to have a big story to be a coach. I want to make sure I say that, because Demetria's story is thick, and so is mine. My dad back in 2002 decided that he needed to take his life and end it for financial purposes for our family. I am okay now from that time, but dark stages and phases like Demetria. And what I love about this is that I did lots of therapy for 10 years. This is what got me out of my rabbit hole, like a permanent out of the rabbit hole. And what's really freaking cool is that if you need confidence, you need more love, you want to be the best version for your children, your partner, your coworker, or just the person you see in the mirror. I don't care what your story is. You can take this, change your life, share it with another person. And when we tell you guys tonight how simple that is, we are not joking you. It sometimes gets a little blown up bigger because all of a sudden you say the word coach, but you're no different than a challenger. Coach is kind of cool, and I'll tell you why. When my husband went on strike, what was it, Demetria, 2 years ago, I just finished my first year as a challenger. I lost weight. I got really happy, and I started to see this version of me that I was like, Ryan and Kinsey, my children, Ryan wasn't here Kinsey was here. I was like, they have a better version of me. They're going to get a better version of me, and I'm going to heal myself, and I'm going to make my tragedy into my triumph. And there's something cool about it. So you don't have to have some big story. It could be something small, because it's just as sacred, and it needs a lot of love. And it usually starts with us coming in with, we want to lose weight, right? But the interesting part is you gain so much more from this business. Happiness, realness, more present moments, and it's a blessing. And the best advice that I think all of us probably did was we just kind of dove in and just said, show me the way, because I'm already doing it, and now I want to do more. And it's kind of an ultimate accountability for yourself to really lock in what you want. And that's really cool too, because you can share it with all your close loved ones and expand it and set yourself free. So when my husband went on strike, I'm a part-time hairdresser. So I'm going to kind of piggyback a little bit on Susan real quick about trying to work this, but already being a mom, working a hairstyling career, and then saying, well, I'm going to need to take this other job too and see how I can juggle all these other balls, right? So my husband was on strike, and Demetria came up to me and said, you know what? You don't need to go out and get another job. You're already doing what I'm doing. Make a living out of it. So you don't have to let go of what's made you better today, right? And I was like, I think we were 2 hours on the phone with me and her and my husband. I said, I don't care what it is. I'm all in. I have no idea how to do it, but I'll be all in. Let's just go for it. And it literally has helped our family. Better mom, better wife, better human being. And it's helping us financially. I don't know about you, but a week of daycare paid for is kind of cool. Groceries, like at Harris Teeter, which I'm about to do when we're done, is going to be really cool. You know, those things are cool. They might be little, but they're big for a lot of people. And the ultimate reason to do this is because if you want to be better than you are right now, where you're sitting in your family room, in your bed, maybe you're hiding in the closet right now because you need quiet time from your kids, you will be the better version tomorrow by saying yes to an opportunity like this. I promise you. I want to just say thank you for listening. Thank you for hearing us. You're going to get some awesome stuff from Matt and Ashley, or first Danielle and then Matt and Ashley. I don't know which one's next, but thank you for listening to all of our stories. And again, like Demetria said too, you have any questions, you have any concerns, we're kind of only giving you just a little bit, but there's so much more. So always feel free to ask. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Love all these stories. So first off, I'm Danielle, and I'm just one of the leaders on this team. I've been a coach for a while, ever since we all kind of started this 5.5 years ago. And 5.5 years ago, if I could bring you to that place, my life looks very different now. So I was a hairdresser full-time working out of my house. I wanted to be home. That was my ultimate goal when I got pregnant with my first girl. I have 3 girls. It is kind of crazy over here, very crazy. They're 8, almost 8, 7, almost 7 actually. They're like right at their birthdays. And then a baby that's 14 months. So life is really crazy here. But 5.5 years ago, you know, like I just started this business, and I was postpartum from having 2 girls, back-to-back C-sections, 2 babies in diapers, working from home, had a husband that is a boat mechanic. He was working crazy hours, picked up side jobs to make ends meet, and we both were kind of like in the thick of life. I call it, in this rat race and struggle, just trying to like pay bills. And it was tough. It was hard. And, you know, we didn't have enough money at times to go on vacations and to pay off our credit card bill. And, you know, I was still trying to lose the baby weight. I was probably 8 months, was it, postpartum from my second. And I tried everything from gyms and boot camps. And I mean, I grew up in the gym my whole life. So there was a missing link, and that was when I tried this whole journey. My hair client introduced me to this, and she got great results. And I am a health fanatic, so I researched it to no end and had to try it. I was an impulsive person and had to sign up immediately once I did my research. But I gave it a shot from home. I didn't want to go to the gym anymore or do these boot camps because it really wasn't getting me the results that I wanted. So I tried it out, got in the best shape of my life after having 2 kids. And I honestly just wanted to scream it from the rooftops because I just became passionate about it. And I think when you're passionate, you just share it naturally and it doesn't feel like you're selling it. And people were asking me what I was doing. So it became so easy and natural. And I saw the potential early on. My coach, was telling me the vision, and I researched the compensation plan, which is what I'm going to talk about. And it blew my mind that I can get out of a place of struggle, right? Being a hairdresser. It was a hairdresser for over 10 years, and get my husband, to work less and just bring more freedom to our life, where we didn't have to struggle to pay for diapers or go on a Disney vacation. And I just thought, why not me? My coach was having tons of success, and I saw her doing these crazy things. But the key thing was I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe that I was meant for really big things. And I realized that we're all meant to do big things in this world. We have to kind of, take down those excuses and those negative self-talk, the negative self-talk that we tell ourselves, that, we're allowed to dream big and do big things. And Beachbody has been that avenue for myself and for so many people that I know. So this opportunity has completely blessed and changed our life, so much that I'm going to continue to scream it from the rooftops, because it's just been, the thing that has been the turning point in our life. So been a coach 5.5 years and went from a place of struggle to now a place where I don't do hair anymore. I'm home with my girls. I bring them to school every day and pick them up. And I'm able to be present, and I'm able to be the mom I always wanted to be. And, I still hustle. I still have way bigger goals. But I'm going to give you a little insight as to how we earn, how you can make this a real business. And even though I started with just wanting to lose the baby weight, right? I saw the vision early on, and I said, I want to run with the opportunity and the financial side as well. So, if you want extra money and you want to get out of the job that you're in, or you want to start a side hustle and, pay down bills or whatnot, it's okay. It's okay to want to run with a financial side of a business as well. So don't be afraid of that, because there are a lot of people that come into this saying they just want to help people. And I think that's admirable and amazing, and you should want to help people. But I do believe it's okay to have that financial connection as well, because when times get tough, like, I'm in this. This pays my bills. This is my livelihood. And this is the thing that's going to leave a legacy for my family as well. So I want you to open your heart to all these ladies and gentlemen, what they're saying and how this could potentially change your life. So it all started with an invite for me. My coach invited me to this. I said yes. She made a 25% commission off of me. That's the first way that we earn. And I get 25% off all of our products. The same for any coach. You get a discount, which is, excuse me, which is amazing. That's why I really signed up, because I needed a discount. I could not afford Shakeology, or so I thought I could not afford it. But we earn a commission off of all of our amazing retail products like Shakeology, our challenge packs, our Netflix of Fitness, our Shakeology Boost, our performance line, all of those amazing products, life-changing products, world-class products, right? Ironman promotes us. We get a 25% commission, and that adds up really fast. Once you get people on these products and start changing their lives, they're going to stay on them. And over a course of, say, 3 months to 6 months to a year, you start building a little residual income from these commissions every month, and it adds up and it starts doubling and quadrupling. So that's the first way that we earn. The second way is Team Cycle bonuses. This is how would I describe this? This is the biggest way long-term that you will earn. So 90% of what I make at this point is cycle bonuses. So that means the productivity of your team. So everybody in my downline, all my advocates that have signed up, all of these coaches that you see, they're coaches. We are making a team cycle bonus. And as you advance your business and rank, your team cycle bonus goes higher and higher, and the potential is higher. So, like I said, at this point, 90% of my income is this residual income. And, to me, that's a huge freedom, because when I was doing hair, like, if I was not working, I was not getting paid. And so that was the mind-blowing kind of, thing in my head that just was like, wow, like, I could earn an income, build this up, build a team up, walk away from it and still get paid. Okay. That blew my mind, because, when I did hair, I had to save if I was going to go on a vacation or something. And then I had to work really hard when I got back to make up for it. Here, I could walk away. I'm walking away for 2 weeks, the beginning of October, for my girls' fall break. And I don't have to stress showing up and punching into a time clock. Okay. I don't have to stress that. And that's the beauty of this business. Once you start to get to the first rank and, the second rank, and you just slowly move up and take those baby steps. Okay. It did not happen overnight. It took me a while, and it will take time. But it's that short-term sacrifice for the long-term reward, I call it. And so that long-term reward is that that residual income, that freedom that you hear most coaches talking about. Okay, so the third way that we earn is quarterly bonuses. So as you really get high up in the ranks and you become a leader in the company, you start earning a quarterly bonus just because you are a certain rank. So at this point, every quarter I'm earning a quarterly bonus because I am a certain rank. Okay, trying to keep it in very simple terms for you guys. So there's many different avenues to earn here. I forgot to mention you earn a 50% commission off of our Beachbody On Demand, which is our main seller. So there's lots of ways to earn, and there's so much potential here to grow your business. The sky is truly the limit. One thing I have to say is that anybody can surpass anybody at any given moment. So that to me is crazy, because in the corporate world, that more than likely cannot happen. And you're only getting a 6% rate. So here in this type of business, you can potentially make mega bucks, and there's no cap, right? There's no cap at all. You could make more than I can, right? If you come into this and work hard, right? In a year, you could be making more than myself. So I think that's so amazing. And that's what I love so much about this business. We're not a get rich quick scheme. It takes hard work. This is a real business. It's not a scheme that would be totally illegal, but it's up to you. It's up to you to show up, to work hard, to stay consistent, to be eager, and to be really coachable and teachable. And the sky is the limit. So when I first started, I hit the ground running. I saw the potential, like I said, early on, and I wanted more. I was really hungry to get my family out of that struggling point. So I made mistakes. I learned along the way, but guys, I had so much fun. This business is so much fun too, right? Working on yourself and then building a freedom for your life. So just to give you an example, 1 year I started making a full-time income. About 18 months into the business, I walked away from doing hair because I covered that income. And 2 years after I became a coach, I started making a 6-figure income. Okay, Beachbody does not guarantee any success unless you work hard. I have to slip that disclaimer in there, but I just wanted to show you the potential from someone that came from a struggling point to now this business has completely changed my life. It's the biggest blessing, like I said, and I thank God for all of it. But, I was shy, introverted, still am. These calls are not that easy to do for myself. I didn't have the time. I didn't have the money. I had all the excuses one can think of, but I just had the desire for change, and that's all you need. I just wanted to get my Shakeology paid for, just wanted to pay for diapers, and I ended up taking the Disney trip and paying for cash after I started advancing my business. So, it can evolve. It could definitely evolve to small to big. But some non-financial benefits to this business is that, my strength or my faith has been strengthened. My body has been strengthened, yes, but I've become a better mom, a better leader, a better wife. I feel like I have more purpose. I'm dreaming big. I have a vision for my life. I'm inspiring other people. I've grown stronger mentally because of the growth that Beachbody makes you do. So emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, everything has changed because of this business. So just allow yourself to dream and have faith. And know that this business, if God's put on your heart, it could definitely prosper. So thank you guys.
All right, I think that's us.
We're gonna put our
Matt,
turn.
it says Matt, but this is Ashley.
Hi.
We are a husband-wife duo,
And
and
married
I'm
duo.
repping for the bros out there, or any husbands or boyfriends that you want to get in on this. It's a fun thing to do together.
It is. We've been doing this for a little bit over a year.
Yep.
And we've been doing Beachbody together for probably 9 years, just DVDs and all that. And
I lost a bunch of weight before our
did.
wedding, about 80 pounds, using, good old P90X, Tony Horton, stir that soup pot.
It was Power
and,
90.
It was Power 90. He was old school.
Yeah, but but I stumbled upon a bod membership just to get back in the game. It was after I've had 2 kids and wanted to kind of just have some energy and have some confidence back in my life. We're both teachers and we were freaking tired. So
Freaking tired.
Not just regular tired.
Freaking tired.
And we signed up for bod, and then I accidentally sold bod to other people, which I was telling them like, oh my gosh, you go on this thing, it's awesome, and I can do all this stuff. And she was like, I want that too. And then I went home to Matt, and I was like, I feel like I could sell this to people. Like, I feel like we could sell this to people. And you're like, what you've done with it is unbelievable. And you should tell people this.
Well, thank you.
So this was a recap of the past. So we decided to sign up. We figured, like, why couldn't we try? What's the worst thing that could happen? It's so low risk. It's so accommodating to whatever stage in life you are, because you make it what you want to make it.
Yeah, we're two busy teachers with two kids, 5 and 3, and we're running all over the place. Baseball practice, this and that, and we just managed to schedule this in pockets of time throughout our day, and we make it work for us the best we possibly can.
And all the ladies have said it also benefits us, financially it's a help, but then also keeping us on top of our game. There's nothing that'll keep you more accountable than all these people that are watching you work out and that you're working out with.
And we're gonna go through just kind of like, we're here to just sum this up for you with a few kind of like next steps. You've heard a lot tonight, and hopefully you've connected with just even a tidbit of information from one of these wonderful people. So first step
is connect with the person that sent you here.
Connect.
So if there's still that glimmer of like, I could do this, reach out to them after this and just rip the Band-Aid off and say, let's sign up. They're going to help you get going with everything you need.
They're going to get you set up, website, social media, figure out kind of those first steps to move you forward. Okay. The second thing, and this is what you've heard throughout this entire call, is take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take care of yourself first. Without doing that, this business is going to be difficult because you need to be your best self and you need to be a challenger first. So we tell everybody, you gotta commit 100% to a program, give it all you've got, put it all in, and
become
then
that advertisement.
You're your walking billboard. You are the upfront, you are the face of your business. And I believe Susan was talking about the whole Facebook and all that, that she was like, that was her storefront.
But like all the girls are saying, people are going to notice this change in you, and they're going to ask you, like, what are you doing? And then, so you got to be doing something.
Not just the physical change, the mental change, the emotional change. You literally become your best self. I have struggled for years with the roller coaster of ups and downs.
This is the stealth version of my husband. Because when we met, he was about 80 pounds more.
And you loved me then too.
I loved him just as much. I loved all of him then, and I love him all now.
But I struggled big time. I would lose 50 pounds and then I'd gain 25 right back. And then I'd get, gain again.
Gain more pregnancy weight than me.
I gained more pregnancy weight. Hey, you want a milkshake? No, you don't? Well, I'm going to have one. Okay. And so I struggled a lot, and that went all up here. And I was very hard on myself. This is finally, this last year of my life has been the best year of my life. And I feel like this next year coming upon us is going to be even better. And it's because of this opportunity. It's because of the people that are involved in this right here in front of your screen, but also the people that we brought in and that we are helping every single day. Because I am becoming the best person I can be for me and my family and her. And I'm held accountable to do that every day because a lot of people are relying on us. And it's just huge. It's so exciting to feel that and to just be your best you. So you got to be the best you.
That was number 2. Number 3
is a long number 2.
You went extra. The number 3 is you got to decide what you want out of this. So what is success going to look like for you in this business? Do you want to pay for your shakes or diapers or gas money? Do you want, we started out just
you want groceries at Harris Teeter?
Right. We started
out. Or do you want
thinking,
that Disney trip?
We started out thinking, why not? I'm going to kill you if you talk again.
Sorry.
And it started out as like, let's see what happens. And then a couple months in, we were like, you know what? Like, he's going to be a house husband. I'm going to keep working. Our goal is to have him home with our kids.
What you all are saying, ladies, you're like, you want to be home with your kids? I'm that guy. Yeah. I want to be up every morning, packing the breakfast, packing the lunch, doing all that stuff, and being home. And just hearing Danielle just go through that after a couple years of doing this, she was able to do that for her family. It like gets me like,
yes.
I gotta breathe this like emotion out because I want that so bad. And I really couldn't do that. And I never saw this as a possibility in my life.
We're teachers, we thought that was it.
30-year time, we were looking at this like 52, we can get out and go travel the world. No, like I'm gonna be traveling the world like by 42, by 35 even. I want this to happen now. So
decide what that is for you because that's gonna start framing how many pockets of time do you have to set aside for this. It's freaking not easy, guys. This is not a get rich quick scheme. There are months where we didn't work and we didn't make money. There are months where we went hard and we made money. So you have to decide, what are you willing to do? And then that goes into the next one.
So what?
You got to be freaking patient. You know,
you can't compare yourself to others. Okay. This is you. Okay. And Stacey said, you don't need some big old story. You don't need some crazy thing going on in your life. Okay. Yeah, sure. I had a roller coaster ups and downs in my life, but like, you just have to be you, and people are going to believe in you and trust you. And that's the key. And so when you catch yourself comparing to others, because who's done it?
I mean, you go on Instagram, you see these coaches, and you're like,
you see a lot of people on Instagram. Not even just coaches, just people like, you're like, I want to live their life, whatever. No, live your life and live the best life you possibly can. And this is how you do it. So this is your story. It's no one else's. Okay. And when you can understand that and connect to that for you, that's the magic right there. Mm-hmm. Magic right there. All right. And the last thing, all you got to do, you just got to share it. Mm-hmm. You're going to commit to this program. You're going to get these results. You're going to get people thinking like, whoa, what's going on with them? What are they doing? You're not going to compare to others. You're going to be you all through and through.
And you're not going to vomit Beachbody all over Instagram, Facebook. No, you don't have to do that.
You're just going to, it's all about just.
You're not doing a Hey Girl. You are being you, and you're showing people.
I still use Hey Girl. I like Hey Girls.
He does Hey Girls.
Hey Girls. I like Hey Girls.
There is no formula. It's you being you. It's people seeing Demetria and Stacey all of a sudden get out of their funk and saying, what did they do? And you saying, this is what I did.
Yeah, and once you share the journey, you're on the impact that you have and the great value is going to come through, and just people are going to see it, and they're going to just want to jump on the train. And that's really it. I mean, seriously, that's it right there.
So if you can do that.
If you're sitting there thinking like, no way, like you're still coming up with those objections that Susan talked about, like, no, I can't do that. I can't get on social media. You can, I promise you.
I never posted a selfie once in my life until the last year.
And she was like, I can't do this.
And now it's
like, I was like, post that damn selfie.
Yeah, now it's a camera rolls of selfies.
Selfies, baby.
All over Instagram. And that just speaks to what coaching's done. I am a new person. It's seeing it. You can see it in different realms of my life.
Yep. So knock out any limiting beliefs you had, any past thoughts that you had. You know, we as human beings, I love brain science. I'm a science teacher. We as human beings, 95% of the thoughts we go through during the day are the same as we had the day before. Okay. It's time to start knocking those out and think of new thoughts and start visualizing the future and the potential that you could have for your life. And this opportunity right here can do it for you. Okay. So if you're ready to make it happen, follow those things. Go connect, commit, get ready to rock your life. I think that's all we got. Anybody else want to jump in and close us out? I think that's it. Drop the mic. Love y'all.
That was awesome. Can I sign up with you? I'm in.
I always tell them if they didn't sign up with me, I would be signing up with them.
Yeah, where's your special?
Thanks for being here.
I love it. I love it.
Are we good, Danielle? Are we signing off?
Yeah. All right, guys, reach out to the coach that invited you. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you on our team, Team Rise and Shine. Yes. Have a good night.
Good night.